Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, coming again today, you're very, very welcome. I trust everybody's well. And you enjoyed my last video on Bryan Ferry, the Roxy Music frontman, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee, and he of course had that amazing song in the 70s, Let's Stick Together. And for those of you who are thinking, well, may that song inspire you to do just that if you've still got some feelings. We're going from there to 1941 in Staten Island, New York. This girl had some Mexican heritage, and because of that, there were some racial slurs against her when she was growing up, which very much informed her career of political activism and social justice. Because her dad was part of UNESCO, United Nations, she went to some countries as England, France, Switzerland, Spain, Canada, and even Iraq. But in her youth, she did settle in the San Francisco area. And as we know, San Francisco was a bit of a hive for folk music. And Joan Baez, an American national music treasure, well and truly started to perform around the clubs and places around San Francisco. 1954, 59 actually, she was part of the Newport Folk Festival, iconic music festival, and she was actually around before Bob Dylan, and we'll get on to Bob Dylan a little bit more in a minute, because there was a famous concert a little bit later where Bob put down the acoustic, picked up the electric. Massive event, that particular one. 1960, she released the album Joan Baez, and this album's been put into the National Library of Congress of an album of cultural significance. Very, very important album. This one really informed music for America for quite a long time. We've got a compilation of the song House of the Rising Sun. Now, we all know the Animals did this version, did a fantastic version of this one, but Joan did it before them. So we've got a beautiful different version of House of the Rising Sun, just done through some compilation images. In 1960, she also did her first New York concert debut. In 1961, she did a sold-out performance at the New York Town Hall. One of the critics said that night, superb soprano voice like rich old gold. And because of that, she became quite well known and was part of the American revival, folk revival in the late 1960s. But we get into 1964 and enter this guy called Bob Dylan. Now, no one really knew who Bob Dylan was, but Joan introduced him at the Newport Folk Festival in 1964, and we've got a great little track here. It's All About You, Babe, live version of that one. In 1971, she released Blessed Are, and we've got The Night They Drove Dixie Down. I've got a live version of that one. Great thing I love about first of all, her voice is absolutely stunning. Secondly, her guitar playing is pretty amazing. Picking guitar, you've got me, absolutely. So to be able to be as raw as this in a live performance just shows that this girl had talent in spades, and also just tweaked American consciousness, not just America, but the world consciousness. Then 1973, out came the album Come From The Shadows, and we've got Love Song to a Stranger. Now, I was thinking about this song a little bit more. This song just talks about intimate moments. And one of the lines in is, one of my hopes is that you'll be there when I wake up in the morning. And there's a lot of vulnerability in a line like that one, don't we? Sometimes we don't really know how we're going in a relationship. And sometimes we need just that gentle reassurance, don't we, that things are okay, because we're constantly trying to do our best and to be the best person we can be, and to be ourselves, and to be relaxed and not to be so intense, and all the many things that we need to do to be in a relationship. They are beautiful things, they really, really are, but they require all of us, which if we're in one which is beautiful, why wouldn't we want to do that? But Love Song to a Stranger, I think there's a bit of a nod to the fact there's some part of our lives, the stuff that we know and nobody else does, the stuff that other people know and we don't. Like, you've got something stuck in your teeth, you'd want to be told that, wouldn't you? And there's the stuff that nobody knows too. And I think certainly the stuff that nobody knows and the stuff that you know and nobody else does, there's elements of those things that perhaps we'll always keep to ourselves. And I think relationships are all about uncovering those unknowns, aren't they? Because we want to know absolutely everything there is to know about someone else. One of Jeff Lynne's songs, everything, I want to know every little thing that makes you happy. Every little thing, I want to know all those little things that make you just who you are. And Love Song to a Stranger, I think, is a bit of a, first of all, tip of the hat to the fact there are stuff about each other we don't, not yet to know. But secondly, I want to find out what those things are. And I think, how we do that, I don't know. I think we just hang out with each other, spend time with each other, get to know the little things that make us who we are. And also little things that perhaps may have changed or been tweaked a little bit because we're in a relationship. Because you know what? We can't stay the way we always have been. Relationships require compromise and a moving towards each other, absolutely. And I think a Love Song to a Stranger just sort of just implies that there's always more to know about somebody. If we think we know everything, look again, because there's always stuff to know. We don't want to know, we should never say, I know this person so well. Sure, we might know them fairly well, but you know what? There's more to it to us than what we currently know. And we're always discovering stuff about ourselves as well. So Love Song to a Stranger is really a tip of the head to the stuff that we don't know about each other. So beautiful song by Joan Baez. In 1985, Live Aid, she was actually on that show, and the world stood still. Now, the world stood still when Bob Dylan sang Blowing in the Wind with two of the guys from Rolling Stones. It stood still again when Joan Baez said, we need to feed the hungry in Africa. And she sang this absolutely beautiful rendition of Amazing Grace. So just as you listen to this one, I can think of no one better to sing it at Live Aid than Joan Baez. Amazing Grace. Grace is an undeserved gift. And we think, well, what do you mean? Well, it's like that deep awareness and resonance and the thing that our souls are just needing to set free. That's what Amazing Grace is all about. So a beautiful rendition of that one. Move forward to 2016, we've got a live version of Forever Young, very much just a prayer about, being the best you can in this world, live version of that one. She's received some awards. Amnesty International created an award after her, just signalling worldwide consciousness. Lifetime Grammy Achievement Award, American Music Honorary Music Awards, and she's received a number of honorary doctorates as well. And so she's been well regarded worldwide, really, for her contribution to music. She's also been in a number of concomitant movie music appearances on the big screen. And between 1959 and 2018, there's been 31 releases, estimated to have sold around 3.5 million albums. So in the scheme of things, pretty successful. So Joan Baez, she wasn't scared to tell it as it was. She did make some comments about many things over the years, the Vietnam War, LGBTQIA, presidential elections. There's been a few other things that she has actually made comment about. And because of that, she has been acknowledged just for her contribution to the world consciousness. And it's really good to actually be acknowledged in that way, that sometimes we do need people that will speak out. When you've got a voice as significant as this girl's, why wouldn't you do that? So trust this video will be an encouragement to you today as you consider your own small part of the world. As you consider your significant other, realizing too that there's more to know, absolutely, than the stuff we know now. Love song to a stranger, absolutely beautiful. And as you're just looking at them, as they're lying next to you, they might be asleep, and you're just looking at them, just wondering, wonder what else there is. Always wonder. Our partners are a person of wonder, aren't they? They're a person of beauty, a person of just stuff we're yet to know, as well as the stuff we already do. And so, yeah, the links to those 6 clips are in the description below, and also included my last video from Bryan Ferry. So if you want to recap on him, feel free. Well, if you come back for another one, or this is your first time to Life Reflections through Music, how great to see everybody here. Well, next time we're going to get on to Joan Jett. I love rock and roll. You remember that song? Well, you may not have been around, but it was a massive song when it came out. So that's where we're heading next time. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.